That's right, guys. MovieBlab. MovieBlab. Oh, yeah. MovieBlab. We got Matt Cragg. We got Rachel Sam Evans. We've got Lucia Baird. We've got our top 5 favorite serial killer movies. What a genre. And we've got movie news. And maybe an intern corner. Maybe. Maybe Craig.
Maybe.
That's what the extra 5 minutes is for in this half-an-hour news segment. Coming at you real soon, guys. So soon. Oh my geez, oh my geez, oh my jives. Oh yeah. That's right. All right, here we go, guys. We got everything ready to go. All right. Oh my, I'm getting blown up. Lots of text. Gonna turn off my notifications. Oh my god.
Ooh, I gotta do that too.
Yeah, that's right. Do not disturb. It's time to do a podcast. Just kidding. It's a live stream, and it's kind of a podcast, and it's everything you wanted. Everything you ever wanted. We're gonna be on so soon, guys. It's happening real quick. Accumulate now. That's my recommendation. Get in line so you get the highest quality stream. You know what I'm saying? First to the stream gets the glean. Right? That's what they say. MovieBlab. All right. Here we go. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Edison, and you're tuned in
to MovieBlab.
The clock has started. The clock has started.
Action! What's going on, everybody? It's time for another episode of MovieBlab with your host, Andrew Edison. That's me, and News with Matt Cragg, and we got your top 5 favorite serial killer movies with Rachel Evans, Lucia Baird. It's gonna be a great show, guys. Let's get our slasher on. Wow, we did it. We made it.
You're getting pretty good at that intro voice.
Oh my God, you started off with such a nice compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
For those of you who are unaware, this is my guest Matt Cragg, our resident movie blabber, one of many.
What's up? What's up, MovieBlab fans?
What up, MovieBlab Nation?
What are MovieBlab fans called? Movie
I think
blabbers?
it should be MovieBlab Nation, Movie Blabbers. Yeah, Movie
The
Blabbers,
blabbers?
MovieBlab Nation. I like Bachelor Nation.
Like
Movie
Bachelor
Blabbers.
Blabber Nation.
Blabber Nation. Yeah. Well, we started off with some real blabber right there, but let's get to some movie news, Matt. What do you say? There's a lot of stories in film news.
Hey, you know me. I love the news and I love movies. So put those two things together. I love movie news.
Movie News Blab. For those of you who have never watched MovieBlab before, thank you for joining us. This is the live stream show where we talk nonstop about movies. If you haven't looked around, this is our crazy set because today we're doing our top 5 serial killer movies. So that's coming up. So that's why you got to stick around. But first, I think we need to update ourselves and we need to educate ourselves on the news in the movies today. What do you say, Matt Cragg?
Always. Got to
Whoa.
stay informed.
And away we go. I've looked up this thing and I don't have any music, but it's time for News with Matt Cragg. That's right. He's our news correspondent, and we're gonna find out what's going on in the movies, guys. It's Movie News Blab. And now, here is Matt Craig.
We've got Movie News Blab with Movie News Crag.
Movie News Blab, Movie News Crag. I love it. Hashtag Movie News Crag. Hashtag Movie News Blab. Blab, blab, blab. Why don't you hit us with our top story today? Maybe a little bit of
Breaking news.
I love the sound effects. I love
Thank
that I
you.
can hear those now.
Yes, so I finally got it so the guests can hear the sound effects better. Now they'll laugh, hopefully. Let's get into it.
Don't get your
though.
hopes up.
It's time for the story. Look, give us the top headline.
Oh, you want me to give the top
Yeah,
headline?
go for it. Give us a headline.
Well, my favorite headline, this dropped about an hour ago.
Oh my, that's very breaking.
Breaking. This is breaking news. NASA confirms that Tom Cruise plans movie filmed in outer space with Elon Musk.
Jesus, that's the kind of shit that feels literally too insane to be true. Like, it's got to be a rumor. Like, who is our source here?
This is on Screen Rant, but Variety just dropped something too, where the NASA administrators said that he was excited to work with Tom Cruise on a film aboard the International Space Station.
Oh my gosh!
So NASA is confirming the long-stated rumors that Tom Cruise and Elon Musk are going to film some sort of a movie scene in outer space and apparently aboard the International Space Station. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
It's got to be the movie with the biggest budget in the world. I can tell you though, robotic floating cameras, Tom Cruise, lots of space food.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like for the next Mission Impossible. They have not stated like what movie it's from, or what the project is. There's no directors attached or anything like that. Sure. But there have long been fans trying to get Ethan Hunt to go to outer space. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was some sort of a part of the Mission Impossible franchise. As you all know, Cruise is notorious for doing his own stunts. Even at the age of 57 years old, he's a nut, man. I mean,
true.
He did apparently this part of this article here. It says it is unclear how Cruise will pull off this feat, but even at 57, he's insisted on doing his own stunts, including a free fall at 200 miles an hour in 2018's Mission Impossible Fallout.
Which I got to watch him do in VR. If you have a VR headset, you can do the jump with him.
That's nuts. Apparently, too, he in Top Gun Maverick, the new Top Gun that's coming out, he actually flies a fighter jet.
Didn't he do that in the last Mission Impossible?
He learned how to fly a helicopter.
Oh, right. Now he's doing a fighter jet.
But this one, he literally flew a fighter jet.
Oh my god, I imagine that's a little more difficult.
Yeah, I love this news. I love Tom Cruise action movies.
Yes.
They are jaw-dropping stunts a lot of the times.
Totally.
So yeah, I really liked that last Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill, and I'm looking forward to more crazy stunts from Tom.
Me too. Me absolutely too. Okay, well then let's get to our next story. That's insane news, dude. I'm gonna track that one because I just can't even believe it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more about it.
And I don't believe they'll ever do it.
I don't know. NASA confirmed it. NASA administrator confirmed it and was like tweeting about it. So like they're obviously trying to figure out a way to make it happen.
And NASA's not a government thing anymore, right?
No, it is. I don't know. And I thought it is.
See, I don't think it is, which is why then I would maybe start to believe that it is. NASA still owned by the government? It's
a branch. It's a branch of the government.
Yeah, it's an independent agency of the United States.
So it is.
Okay, it was. It is. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry, anyway. We know about movies, not NASA. Okay. Fuck you guys. But that is super crazy. So I'm glad we got to cover that story, Matt. As it is super breaking, but we have plenty more breaking news.
Yeah,
actually.
we've got some more great news here.
Let me share a story with you.
Yeah, please.
This is something I'm super excited about.
Breaking news.
Nicolas Cage to play Tiger King's Joe Exotic in a scripted series from Amazon Vandal showrunner. And I believe this is also, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is also the same project that Kate McKinnon will be playing
Carol
Baskin in All You Cats and Kittens.
I famously have refused to watch Tiger King.
Yes, for no reason.
I've seen plenty of memes and some clips online and stuff, and I think Nicolas Cage is the right casting choice 100% of the time, every time.
Yep, I agree. We love him on the blab more than anyone.
We love Nick Cage here, and I think he will be a great Joe Exotic.
Yeah, I mean, his performance style, his just everything. I mean, he's gonna do his own version. Oh fuck, he's gonna do his own version of this. You know, like it's gonna be the Nick Cageified version,
right?
Which
it's
I
not
think
gonna
is
be
much better than. Yeah, he is not an
Joe.
impressionist. And he's going to do his own thing with it, and he's going to embody this character in the way that only Nick Cage can.
He's going to bring that same chaotic energy to the role.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's fun news. I mean, it's obviously going to be so far down the line because of all this. We're trying to make the news a little happier this time, guys, because it's been a bit of a bummer, the stories we've been covering. So we're trying to keep it a nice mixture of happy news and, you know, reality stuff. So this is my favorite piece of news that came out today. I'm a huge fan of the series. I saw it before it was overhyped, so I really enjoyed myself. Hopefully Matt Cragg will one day. Every night I put my head on a pillow and I pray that Matt Cragg is going to watch Tiger King. That's my dream.
There's so many things to watch, you know.
There sure are.
Just kind of like, I don't know, just some long documentary series about this like crazy guy who like owns tigers.
Everyone who's seen it right now is like, he doesn't even get along. It flies by. It's one of the fastest, most fun-paced documentaries I've ever seen, bro. It is not like a boring Netflix doc. It is. Yeah, That's why it did better than all of them. That's why it did better than all of them, Craig.
I'm such a contrarian too about this stuff. Where like. If anytime something becomes like wildly popular and I didn't catch it before it happened, I'm always just like, no, I'm not gonna watch that. Like even if it's probably good, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go back.
I just feel sorry for you,
watch
bud.
Alfred Hitchcock movies instead.
Oh, okay. You fucking piece of shit. Oh. Wrong. That's awesome. Well, hopefully you'll see the error in your ways eventually and come around and check it out before at least the movie comes out. Are you also planning on avoiding the movie?
Well, this is a series, right?
Yes.
Is it a movie or a series?
This is a series.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll see. We'll see. Trailer maybe and see what happens.
We're gonna be tracking this story. Breaking news: Matt Cragg does not like Tiger King, even though he has not seen it. So he'd rather watch a Hitchcock movie or something more highbrow.
Breaking news.
So Matt Cragg loves Hitchcock and he loves fancy movies. He puts on a tuxedo. Whenever he sits down to watch a movie, he puts on a tux. And he has a bit of caviar brought to him by a monkey smoking a cigar.
Oh, goodness.
All right, let's move on. What do you got? What's your next story for us, Matt Cragg?
Breaking news.
Well, you know, since we were talking about Star Wars all day yesterday on the stream.
That was a dope episode.
It's got
for May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you. But now on today, Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
I got an article here from Variety. It says coronavirus may force Disney to reevaluate streaming strategy. And
the dominoes continue to fall from the Universal Trolls World Tour scandal.
Exactly. Wow. After the Trolls World Tour scandal, the Walt Disney Company CEO did acknowledge that disruptions caused by the public health crisis may require the company to send more movies to its streaming service, Disney Plus, or to have them debut on premium on-demand video, PVOD. These kind of comments blew up when the AMC movie theaters responded to the Universal comments about this and said that they will no longer show Universal movies. I don't think AMC can really do that with Disney. Because then they wouldn't show any movie.
Exactly. So I think they're all just in solidarity going to make this move. And I'm sure all the heads of the studios are calling each other like, hey, bro.
Hey, back me up here. We're not... I am on the side of AMC on this one, personally, just because I love movie theaters. But I understand, too, like, in the future, like, the industry is changing, and we're going to start seeing more stuff available on streaming because a lot of people don't really care about going to the movies and are perfectly content with watching them at home.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
I'm not one of those people. I'm just saying I think that there are a number of people that do that. And so it's just showing, or maybe coronavirus is just speeding up trends.
It's just showing that Hollywood doesn't want to lose any money during this time, and they don't care if the movie theaters can go. Like, they'll figure it out. Like, Hollywood is separating themselves from the movie theaters because and it's their right to. It's part of that whole thing of, like, I mean, yeah, they're losing that revenue, but like releases need to be timely. Like this is the reality of how movies need to be distributed in this period of time. I don't think it means forever, because they're not going to want to miss out on that movie money.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll just
movie theater money.
We'll see how it continues on in the
Box
future.
Office profits. Yes, yeah.
I just thought, these are just more comments on a continuing story that we've been covering here at MovieBlab.
Yes, it's true.
I thought it would be important to bring these up.
It super is.
Breaking news.
Why don't you hit us with another one, Craig?
Yeah, sure. Well, this one is just a very funny one. A great nugget for all you kids out there.
All you cats and kittens.
Tommy Wiseau ordered to pay $700,000 to The Room documentary makers. Apparently, a Canadian court has ordered Wiseau to pay about $700,000 to the makers of an unauthorized documentary about his cult film, The Room, ruling that he thwarted the release of the documentary because it was unflattering. The makers of the documentary, Roomful of Spoons, were working to release the project in 2017 to capitalize on Sony Pictures' debut of The Disaster Artist, a biographical movie starring James Franco as Wiseau, and his 2003 film The Room. But Wiseau filed suit and obtained an injunction in Toronto.
Oh, wow.
And so it halted the release, but now they're coming back and saying, oh, actually... he kept the movie from making money.
Yeah, he's a public figure, and they don't have any right to keep him from doing that.
He denied the copyright claims, finding the documentary makers were entitled to use the clips under the doctrine of fair dealing, akin to fair use laws in the United States.
Yeah.
Basically, it's kind of like, hey, you're a public figure. There's not much, like, they can use your image and they can use your footage.
I love that he was embarrassed by this documentary about him, yet he's distributed this movie where he makes the biggest idiot out of himself of any actor in history.
Yeah, he apparently, one of the things he was so upset about it with was they figured out that Wiseau is actually from Poland. And he'd been kind of trying to keep his heritage a secret, to keep the mystery of himself going.
That's what. So he spent $700,000 doing that. That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure that's a lot of money to Wiseau, but probably not as much as it would have been. I mean, he's probably made a lot off the Disaster Artist in the books and all that stuff. I wonder how much he's worth. But he's worth a lot. That's super. I love Tommy Wiseau. I love Tommy Wiseau news, but this didn't seem like. I wish he would support other filmmakers, but maybe they say that he's a creep in here or something. Maybe there's something really interesting in here that we haven't heard yet.
Maybe you gotta go check out the documentary. It's called Roomful of Spoons. So
that sounds awesome. There's also a great book about that the guy who plays Mark Oh, hi, Mark. He wrote
hi, Mark.
about that. Well, that's what the Disaster Artist is based
that's
on.
what the movie, The Disaster Artist, is based on.
Yeah. Which I also love, The Disaster Artist. So that's fun. That's interesting. It's nice to see Tommy Wiseau back in the news for one reason or another.
Oh yeah, anytime Tommy Wiseau gets back in the news, I'm really happy about
that. That's some good stuff. Okay, Craig, I'm gonna hang up on you quickly to refresh, but we've got some more breaking news. The next story coming up is another Disney park story. Another Disney story. Disney parks could lose $21 billion in revenue during shutdowns. Maybe this has something to do with why they're skipping why they're trying to cash in on that PVOD right now.
Oh yeah, they're losing a bunch of money on their parks. I think I read somewhere that they're trying to open up their Shanghai location in like a couple weeks.
Jesus.
Maybe not even that long. Maybe it might even be sooner than that. Of course,
Disney doesn't care if they're going to kill people.
No,
they
were open for a long time. Like it took them a long time to shut down the parks.
Yeah.
I personally won't be going to a Disney theme park anytime soon.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, really, yeah. I'm making that decision for myself. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be a difficult one to keep myself inside and not driving all the way to Disneyland.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be driving to Orlando to go to Disney World anytime soon. And that's on Disney for not acting in good faith and being more concerned with their profit margins than they are with the health and well-being of the good people of Orlando, Florida, and all across the world.
Wow. Love it.
It's not surprising to me because they are Disney.
Yeah.
And they are like trying to run the world.
Yeah.
And they're getting close.
They sure are. They're really getting crazy close.
But how much money did you say it was again that they're going to lose?
21 bill.
21 billion.
21 billion.
That's a lot of money.
$21 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. They need that. They need whatever they can get right now, even just to get, it's not even about long-term profits right now. It's just about staying going. I mean, I'm sure they're fine. They can just fire a ton of people.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, not all news is fun news, guys. Can't always be about Nick Cage starring in an exciting new series.
Yeah, we got some good ones too in there for the most part.
Yeah, we're gonna end on a really exciting one. Before Intern Corner, we've got this is some breaking news in the Sam Raimi space. One of my favorite filmmakers. A Quiet Place writers and Sam Raimi are teaming up for a new original sci-fi thriller.
Love that.
Yes, very exciting because I think the script is great for A Quiet Place. Except for certain parts, but it's really good. Except the ending where he's doing stuff on that.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. There's an ending where he's doing stuff on the wall, putting photos together and trying to figure clues out, and it's just why is this happening? But everything else in the movie is incredible. And I'm sure they're gonna do a great job, especially with Sam Raimi overseeing the process.
I'm excited just because I like hearing that Sam Raimi is doing things.
Yes,
so.
I know. I'm trying to think of the last time we've seen something from him.
I love sci-fi and I love thrillers, so this should be great.
I know he was working on that Ash. He did the Ash versus the World or whatever TV show. Ash, the Evil Dead TV show was the last thing that I heard Sam Raimi had put out. So that is very exciting, and just another one of what will eventually be 1,000 movies to look forward to, as all the studios can do is make development deals right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sam Raimi's IMDb right now. I guess as a producer, he's currently producing Don't Breathe 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
And The Grudge in 2020.
That's amazing.
And then I guess as a director, it's announced World War III has been announced, The King Killer Chronicle. Oh, and he's rumored to be directing the new Doctor Strange movie, but that hasn't been announced either.
Oh, so there's a lot. Yeah, it would be cool to see him go back to the Marvel Universe. That'd be a return I would be in favor of. Oh, it's gonna have a poor connection. I wonder what that's about. Oh, you're back. Well, that's all. I mean, there's some good stories out there this week, Craig. I feel like that's some good. It's not all just bad news. Are you still there? Weird. I'm losing you, bud. You coming in?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I should probably sign off, but
okay, but can I just wrap this up with this?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right, thanks. Here we go, guys. It's that was movie news. Don't forget about it, okay? Movie news. That's right, guys. Movie news with Matt Craig. Movie news. Get the latest movie news.
Movie news blab.
Movie news blab. Do. All right, guys, that was news, and now it is time for everyone's favorite thing, Intern Corner. That's right, guys, it's Intern Corner with Alex Kahn. He's our MovieBlab intern, and what we do is we let him have a little spot on the show where he can say whatever's on his mind. I don't know what he's going to say, and probably is going to be pretty random, because that's the way Alex Kahn likes to roll. Alex Kahn, how is it going, buddy? It's good to see you on this day.
It is very nice to see you as well.
What is on your mind?
So what is on my mind is, this is not exactly film related, but so I've been there's this thing that I thought was just kind of a thing that was just in my county, but it has gone completely viral to almost entire schools. It is called lip dubs. And the entire point of a lip dub is basically, it's very similar to TikTok. It's they play popular songs and then there's lip syncing and shit. And my school didn't really take it seriously, but there's other schools that have an entire.
All right, guys, that was Intern Corner with Alex Kahn. Thanks, Alex. That was a good one. No idea what you're talking about, but that's always fun. So we'll see you next time for another Intern Corner.
Did he say lip dubs or lip
I have
dubs?
no idea, but it didn't sound like anything to do with movies. And even though earlier today he asked me, does it have to be about movies? And I said yes.
He was the first thing he said, he was okay, so this isn't really about movies.
But that's why we love Alex Kahn and we love Intern Corner. You never know what you're going to get from him, but I do know when to cut him off. So that's the fun of the game. All right, guys, this was a great first segment. I cannot wait for the next part of this show. We are going to be joined by Rachel Sam Evans and Lucia Baird now. Lucia Baird. And we're going to be breaking down, as you can see over on the wall up here, we're going to be breaking down our top 5 serial killer movies. We each have our top 5 lists, and we're going to talk all things fucked up, serial killer, gore, blood, all that good shit that I love. And so that's coming up right after this. I'm so excited that I have to go use the restroom. So that tells you how good the beat is.
Y'all have a great time.
Yes,
always
and I want to thank Matt Craig. And Matt, do you have anything that you would like to plug before you leave us for family dinner?
Follow me on Twitter @Cragum, CRAGGUM.
@Cragum. That's right. He's got a great Twitter, great Letterboxd reviews. We love Matt Craig here on the Blab, and he's going to be around this week quite a lot. We will see you guys in just a sec, so stay tuned for more Movie Blab. This is our Patreon page. While you're waiting for us to come back, why don't you go check it out? For a small donation of $1 to $3 a month, boy, you could really help us out and keep this show going. In fact, you could even make the show get even better. That's right. This Movie Blab does cost money. So the subscription fees, they really do add up. There's multiple subscriptions required to pull this show off, so we really could use your help just trying to break even. We love you guys, you love us, and we're going to be right back with more Movie Blab. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
We just did a good little news segment.
What was the highlight?
Nick Cage and Tiger King.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise doing a movie in space with NASA helping him, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see, where's Luke? Okay, you're here? We're gonna be right back with more MovieBlab, guys. MovieBlab. MovieBlab. MovieBlab.
What's up?
Yo, you're here.
I'm here. Hi. Hang on. I'm trying to get through.
Thanks, y'all. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're coming right back at you guys with more MovieBlab. It's happening. That's right. You can see it right there on your screen. It's the top 5 serial killer list. Oh, we got so many disgusting, fucked up movies to talk about. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Here comes my sound.
Rachel, it's so good to see you.
You.
No, you.
You. I love it. I love that our whole conversation. This came out of Beauty Counter.
Oh my God.
Really?
God bless Beauty Counter.
Oh,
I
God.
love that.
Okay. There we go. I think we're ready, guys. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Oh, wait, there's one thing I have to do.
today. So, okay. Zoom in. I had like 3 zooms earlier.
All right, we lit. We lit. Okay, guys. Shit's about to get scary.
That's right. Right now on MovieBlab, the top 5 serial killer movies for you to watch alone in quarantine.
All right, guys, we're back. How's it going? I'd like to welcome my guests, Lucia Wilson, who you may know, and for her first time, Rachel. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Whoa.
Good. I literally haven't spoken to you in years, and here we are about to chat about our favorite. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm being accosted by notifications. Can you hear that? Okay, they're gone now.
I couldn't hear them. But it's cool that you get those. I don't get those very often, you know.
No, it was work. It's less than cool.
Okay, damn. Well, anyway, I'm really glad that you're joining us. Thank you for jumping on here. And this was a fun episode that we put together pretty quickly. So I'm excited to dive into it. Let me just fix one.
I know. I haven't seen you in years.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot has happened to you and to all of us. Lucia's
all
married.
of us.
You're an internet sensation. All kinds of things.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I thought of my words to use, and those are the ones I decided.
That was a thing. I really don't do internet stuff as much anymore.
Oh, and now you're on the TV.
I'm on the TV. There's actually, less like there's more anonymity on Travel Channel than there was on YouTube.
But what show? You're hunting ghosts on the Travel Channel?
No. So basically, they send us like videos that people send in to analyze, and we have to try to place what kind of being or happening this is, and basically a lot of me being like ghosts.
So like what do you mean? Just going ghosts?
Yeah, I'm very excitable, but also I tend to like. It's funny because if you see what they cut out, I always do like answer first because I feel like that's responsible, and then after that I'm like, but if you want to get funky with it, okay. like what if it's Bigfoot?
I see. So you're like, are you like in an interview situation and you're like commenting on stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I like those.
Yeah.
I watch those.
Love the 80s.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Paranormal Caught on Camera. You can watch it on the Travel Channel app.
Oh wow, that's a sexy way to watch.
I mean, I don't have like a TV with cable, so
I
watch
watch
it
on the internet. But you can watch my show on your on this app.
No, but you can watch it if you have cable.
Yeah.
You can watch Travel
You
Channel.
gotta have Cabe. That's fancy.
Or your dad.
What was that?
But that's what I'm saying. If you have your dad's password,
Yes.
that's demographic I speak
Yes,
to.
I see. Yes, then I'm right. Then I'm right here with my mom's password.
Yeah. I don't speak to people who own cable.
Yeah. My mom actually changed her cable password, and it caused a lot of issues with me and with my friends who use it. So
I love that.
all right, guys. Well, this is gonna be fucking crazy. As you can see, we have a very spooky set today. Ooh. Just a couple highlights. Just a couple highlights. We do have the lotion in the basket, which is.
I love.
It rubs the lotion
As
on
long
its
as it's
skin.
the
It
melting
does this whenever
balm.
it's told.
I just used that. I just used
So
that.
good. It's the best lotion.
It's honestly, but my only bring this to the top. My only complaint, not big enough.
I agree.
It rubs
3
the
ounces
lotion on
are
its skin.
high.
It does this whenever it's told.
Trying to have a show. We're talking about melting body
Yeah,
bombs.
exactly. I was like, this is not how I thought my basket lotion bit would go, but whatever.
We're all about it. Okay, we had a long conversation about Lipton earlier.
No, I don't mind. It's just what's happening, guys. I'll try again.
Yeah.
I'll try again.
Sure. I love it.
You'll appreciate it a little bit
I
when we're
don't
still
react
streaming.
well. I don't react well to the things. I know I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Justin Bieber
don't
like
do a good job with my soundboards, but that's okay.
No.
Wow, Clary.
Have the lamb stopped screaming?
They really, yeah. I don't think they like seem to frazzle you, Lucia.
Yeah, they come out of nowhere. You know, it's like, who's there? Sorry, my dog. Maddie, no.
Maddie, yes, show me that dog. You better show me that dog.
You guys,
Oh, okay.
she's like, you guys don't know what you're doing.
No,
Let's get some dog likes. Hashtag dog. Hashtag dog.
Oh my god, 2 pupperoos.
Oh,
Yeah, they're both Cocker Spaniels.
What a gift.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah.
I'm a dog mom.
You are a dog mom.
I'm a little. Jesus, you're right. The Foley board is abrupt.
Thank
But-
you.
I don't know what to do about it. Anyway.
No, I like it. I like it. It's just, I like being jarred, though.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes, you know. But anyway, guys, let's get into this. These are our top 5 scariest serial killer movies that just get us in that mindset of murdering other people. Am I right, guys?
Wait, yes, let me turn to
Absolutely.
my Jeffrey Dahmer glass.
Oh yes, please. I'll cut to the episode card. Here we go. And then there's scary tunes happening.
We're so scary. William, like that picture he took, was really scary.
Hi.
Oh my God, Jeffrey Dahmer!
Oh!
Holy shit!
Rachel,
Oh, Rachel!
don't freak out.
Don't you fucking do that ever again.
It's just me.
Not after what happened to me in the 70s.
No. Oh, was it me?
I don't know. Was it you, Rachel Dahmer? You know, I almost downloaded some Dahmer sound bites, and then I was like, nah.
Oh, I love Jeffrey Dahmer.
I know.
I mean, I don't like Jeffrey Dahmer, but
I mean,
obviously.
he's really nice. Except
Jesus, too nice.
He's really too nice. Yeah. That was I love that Netflix series. If I could put series on my list, I would have put that on there. Did y'all? Oh,
Right.
that was Ted Bundy, not Dahmer. Shit.
Oh yeah, the Ted Bundy one. Yeah, that was good.
Was it the one with Zac Efron? I didn't like it. It was
Really?
not enough. It was not enough of the actual like killing. That's what I really wanted to see out of that. Like Zac Efron pulling off his shirt and limping into a chick's car, and then murder her.
Oh, that one was terrible.
Yeah. it was-
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the vial thing. I'm talking about the
the tapes.
yeah, I'm talking about the tapes, the Ted Bundy tapes.
I also don't like him having a venue to get his own, I don't know.
Yeah, glorifying it is definitely a thing. I don't know if there's any movie on my list that doesn't glorify serial killers. But
yeah, kind of same.
A few of my movies could also be torture porn, so we're just gonna see what happens.
I try to make it so people know what they're gonna get just based on the episode card alone. So
yeah,
I think it's pretty clear what they're about to happen. So let's just set aside, our worries. If you are offended by people talking about serial killers or kind of semi-celebrating them in movies, then I recommend tuning out right now, because I have a lot to say about serial killers, and I won't have to worry, I'm treading some line.
Fun. We're gonna joke.
I have a lot about Ed Gein, so I'm with you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, now I just want to know that. But first off, let's start with your number 5 pick, Rachel, for your favorite terrible, amazing, scary serial killer.
And I'm putting this at number 5 only because of public opinion. Because I'm afraid of what we'll say.
You're afraid? You're worried about being judged for not putting this as number 1?
Yeah. Unbelievable to know.
Okay.
So without corpses. Oh.
Sorry. Did you want to hype it up and then reveal the title?
No, I said it already.
Oh, I didn't hear it over the upbeat.
Very good.
I know. I'm sorry. Very good.
No.
Sorry, I'm not on the Travel Channel. Okay, I'm just home.
Please. Please.
I couldn't do what you do.
This is very professional. You have a Foley board.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's just because I love Howard Stern.
It took me an hour and a half to set up a tripod. So
next time, call me. I'll make it take 5 minutes.
Please. I was sitting there struggling. And they were like, hey, Rachel, it's time to shoot.
It's for your phone. It's a tripod for your phone, Rachel. Come on.
It was. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No.
No, but it was like a ring light. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. I want to get a ring light.
And I still broke it. like this is a great thing to use a ring light for, but I'm such a piece of shit that I taped a blanket to my wall for light. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll put a pillow behind my head for a green screen on Zoom sometimes, like on my shoulders.
I use this.
Oh, that's nice. You're in my office right now. That's why it's so tragically bland.
Oh, it's okay.
Look at that.
Your hair is the main background going on.
Tell us about House of 1,000 Corpses.
I forgot
what we were
doing.
Me too. Let's get back to it, guys. For those of you just tuning in, we're counting down our top 5 favorite serial killer movies, and this is number 5 for Rachel. What you got for us?
House of 1,000 Corpses. I love Rob Zombie. Because I love garbage. I just love trash. I like shameless joy in these types of movies. There's just something so Dante's Inferno about his style. It just layer of hell. Yeah, it's mythical. And also they take components of real life stuff with the what's his fucking name? What's his name?
The main character or who?
Rainn Wilson.
No, Doctor. Evil.
I didn't think so. No.
Doctor Satan. There's components of each doctor.
Sorry.
I know. Fucking. Hello.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, she deserved that.
Was that off the top, or did you look it up?
Wikipedia.
Never mind.
Still the effort.
I do appreciate the effort. I do.
Yeah.
Anyway. House of a Thousand Corpses.
But every murder that he did was like based on a real murder that was. If you heard about it, you'd be like, that's too gross to be true. But no, somebody actually did that. And I have like a sick fascination with people with killers who play with their food.
Food-based killing or the eating of people, or what do you mean?
I just mean like people like fuck around. It's just an expression.
Sorry, I was like, cannibals?
I don't like torture porn because I can't handle it. Like I just can't handle it. That's why like y'all like Human Centipede. I personally cannot handle it. When I was doing Dark 5, I saw things that I was like. It'll never leave my brain the videos that I saw, and so I never want to see. I don't ever want to see that again. But it's fucking awful, dude. Don't ever get on the dark web. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, I thought about it and then been like, nah.
It's
fucked up shit all the time anyway. So
the problem is you know that part of you that when you like Google fucked up shit that you're like, this is what the worst thing that I'm picturing, but you don't quite see the worst thing that you're picturing. The worst thing that you're picturing will always pop up first on the dark web. Like that's where you're like,
oh my god, wow, okay, I see. Because that's what people are there for. That's why they showed up there. Yeah.
Because it's like a bank, and I don't spend hours looking at stuff like that.
Yeah. No. Once I saw. Do you know Luca Magnotta? That killer. He's this Canadian. He's not a serial killer because he only killed. But he like killed a bunch of cats to get attention, and then he killed a person. But he like killed people to get attention. So
the person from that documentary.
Don't
documentary about it.
Don't fuck with cats. Yeah. That's a pretty good. Yeah, that's kind of a serial killer.
But I saw that video, and that's like.
Oh, you saw the whole thing of that? Why would you watch that, Rachel? Why would you do that to yourself?
Because I made a video about it, and I was like. Part of me was like, I no. And it was the worst thing I've ever seen. The worst thing I've my whole life. It was terrible. But you know,
that is insane.
It's crazy. I don't suggest it. But also, I've also seen 120 Days of Sodom, so like it's kind of the same shit. That's what I'm saying. It's not far off from the real gross.
Yeah, so that's where I've seen my fair share of beheadings. Don't get me wrong.
And that's why I can't separate fact and fiction. Like if I'm watching a movie, I'm like, this is real. This is happening.
Yeah.
So when I see shit like that, I'm like, oh my god, that person's gonna die. I'm such an idiot. But a little bit. But the House of a Thousand Corpses is incredible in the way that like it's kind of whimsical.
Yeah. Rob Zombie has an awesome style. I've seen one of the movies I did go see him give a Q&A for his movie, The Lord of Salem.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen all of them.
I don't know how to feel about Lord of Salem. I struggled with it.
It's a movie that's surrounding Sherry Moon Zombie. So it's not going to be
little love letter to Sherry Moon. She was there too.
So it's not gonna be the best.
Yes, because by design.
Yeah.
Yes. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, Rob Zombie is still an awesome filmmaker and someone who to definitely bring up when it comes to your top 5 serial killer movies. So I appreciate it.
He also inspired one of my favorite wrestlers.
Which one?
Bray Wyatt. He's part of the Firefly family. Okay. That's like gimmick.
All right.
I know. So that's great. I love wrestling.
Wrestling is dope.
Love
we had a WrestleMania or like a guy on sometimes Conrad. He does like a bunch of characters and stuff for different wrestle things. I don't know exactly about it, but it seems really interesting. And I also love the movie The Wrestler, but that doesn't have any serial killers in it. Lucia, what is your pick for number 5?
Okay, so number 5 is definitely the biggest Hollywood movie on my list. Nothing else is really the biggest Hollywood movie is Zodiac. It's got all those big actors, we've got Yes. So good. So classic. I really feel like it's one of those movies that you watch it and then you know who the killer is at the end, right? I think we all solved it by the end of the movie. That's how I felt, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I'm genius.
It seems like there are two types of serial killer movies, right? The one where you don't know who did it, and then the one where you're like following around who did it, you know, and then the one that's like for the victim, following the victim around. I don't know. There seems like to be a couple forms here within this category.
For sure.
Like I find myself drawn to the forms where we're just following the killer around.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy to me. But
this is the most like Hollywood one on my list. Everything else is a little deep cut. So I wanted to put this as my number 5 because I think it does belong in our top five serial killer.
It's one of the best serial killer movies, hands down. I didn't even think about it for some reason. I love it. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal is so good at being fucking crazy. He's in that, right?
I love how he gets with it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about Zodiac. I've got a lot more to say about it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. It's time for it's time for my pick for the number 5 movie that I have selected here. Allow me to peruse my notes. I have forgotten which one I have picked. Oh, I think I know. My pick is going to be The Voices. Have you guys seen The Voices starring Ryan Reynolds?
So good. I love that one.
Mm-hmm. So good. I just recently, actually.
What'd you say?
I just saw it like very recently, like 3 days ago.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
I actually was sent the script for this, and it was terrible then. Like years before it came out. It was something that was on the blacklist and shopped around by lots of different studios, and I think it had its time. You know, it took a long time to develop. So it's interesting that how great it turned out. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was like perfect for it. It's like got that indie vibe. It's that low budget. It's studio funded, but it feels really low budget and like a small thing. And it just has. It's a very interesting cartoony take on the mind of a serial killer. Like the internal, it's a lot of that kind. I love those kinds of things where you're like, like the serial killer's all confused because they just banged a corpse and they don't know where to put the bodies, and the dog is talking to them, and it has all that stuff in it, which makes it.
That's
yeah.
What were you saying?
I like the focus in his mind. Oh, you go, Rachel.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, that fucks me up. That fucks me up.
I like on his mind. Like he was sick.
I love dogs talking. What about like Homeward Bound style?
No. And when I texted Animorphs as one of my worst, I was not kidding. I'm really afraid of Animorphs, and I'm afraid of.
Rachel. I'm a serial killer, Rachel.
Oh, you're not. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful baby. Oh my goodness. I have a French bulldog at home. That's my family dog.
Bulldog. I think.
Yeah, Lola. I'm sure you have.
Oh.
Yes, she's cute.
Okay, so
but
dogs. I love the voice.
I was just testing to see if you started to scream when I did his
voice. No. That's the thing is that I love dogs so much that the thought that I would have to bear this horrible secret that nobody would believe, and it would drive me insane, and it would make me hate the thing that I love so much. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Your nightmare is being Dr. Dolittle. It's a good one. Everyone's got those, unique ones.
I don't know. Feels like relatable.
No, I'm relating. Lucia, anything else you wanted to say about The Voices?
I just like focus on how, once you realize what's going on, how he's mentally ill, and if it could have gotten help, maybe things could have changed.
Yeah, I think it does a better job of sending that message than the Joker. Hot take.
Yeah, I agree. The Joker almost romanticizes it.
Whoops. You heard it. I like it.
I said it.
Yeah.
I really like the voices. Rachel, what's your...
Oh my god.
It's time for Rachel's fourth pick.
I'm gonna find out.
For her favorite serial killer movie.
Oh. Hell yeah. If I was going to say favorite horror movies, it would not be in it, but favorite serial killer movies for the love of the game is number 4 is Monster. That's right.
Monster? Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So good.
I one out for my girl Eileen. I think it did a really good job. I think this movie, unlike most serial killer movies that are like focused on the killer, I think this one did a really good job of not romanticizing her, but also you gain sympathy more than empathy, but you gain sympathy for her and her story, but you also see like, oh shit, you're insane. Like this is not, you're making up excuses, and we shouldn't, excuse your actions because of your terrible past. But you had a terrible past, and also the guys seemed like assholes. So
sure. Maybe they deserved it. I don't know.
Who knows? Who's to say? I'm not.
Me neither.
Lucia, what's yours? I like to blow through the top, these first two. What's
yeah. My number 4 is Happy Death Day. This is
we can't blow through this one. I love this movie.
Yeah, it's fun. It's so good. I love it's the Groundhog Day, trope. But just getting killed every time. And
it actually works.
I trying to figure out who did it. It worked. Yeah, it was really fun. I feel like you really start to not only is this like the blonde kind of not final girl. I mean she is the final girl, but this like blonde typical victim. She keeps having to try to save herself, which is or maybe not save herself in those situations. So I think that's a really fun movie. I really liked it.
I love the tone of that movie. I love how the tone, the camp of it is so well balanced. It feels like, it almost feels like a Kevin Williamson like spoof.
Yeah.
For sure.
What did you think, Rachel?
I loved it. Yeah, I appreciated the fact that I did not think I was going to like it. I didn't go into the movies thinking that this is. I got like my friend was like, "Come with me," and I was like, "Okay, I'm high enough." Like, like that's fine. But I ended up loving it so much. I think I saw it like 3 times in theaters. Just because I had different friends who wanted to go, and I was like, hell yeah, like sure, yes, I'll go again, because it's more fun every time you watch it. And I think the second one's great too. I fuck with the second one.
I know that Lucia has a hot take on the second one.
The first so much better. I felt like they muddled the story in the second one. But that's just it was still fun to watch. But I do feel like the whole storyline got
levels on levels.
I kind of remember the storyline. I just was like, have fun.
Yeah. There's the stuff that they do that just like it's like okay.
Right. You know what? I'm kind of an idiot for that kind of stuff. Like I'm a sucker for that stuff. So when it comes to like anything science related, I don't even care if it's right. I don't care if it's like in the same vein as actual real world application. I'm like, yeah, here for it. Sure. Give me that blue stuff.
Yeah, when I sat down to watch Happy Death Day 2U, I definitely made sure I was like in a place for some dumb fun,
Yeah.
So I have to agree with you about the science. Who gives a fuck? It's Happy Death Day. She's waking up every day and getting killed.
I mean, but thumbs up.
I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying that's my like outlook on it when I watched it. But I do agree it is not as good as the first one, obviously, because the first one is
the first one's so good. I felt like the bar was set really high.
Yeah, sequels are rough. But that brings me to my sequel choice, which is my number 4 choice for my favorite serial killer movie to watch alone in lockdown. My pick is Maniac. Guys, have you seen Maniac from 1980?
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen it, Rachel?
Yeah. I saw it in college. Yeah. Chicago.
Shaw City. Yeah, that it's. I saw it pretty recently, actually, when I did a Shudder free trial and like watched a ton of movies, and it is an insanely. It's to me one of the most like, just like, don't give a fuck, like just raw, strange serial killer stories I've ever seen, and it's so surreal. Yet so violent and terrifying, and I mean he's killing women and then using their skin to make human mannequins.
Fun. That sounds up my alley.
So you wonder where
actually.
Buffalo Bill comes from, and then you see Maniac.
Or like Terrifier.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Fucking.
something about the killers with the skin always gets me. I mean, even Goldmember. the skin obsessed serial killers. There's quite a few, especially in movies. Probably more in movies than you hear of real stories of serial killers, right? Like I've heard of more serial killers that are into like wearing people's skin. I don't know, Rachel. Do you know of any famous notable serial killers who wore people's skin?
Ed Gein.
Ed Gein did that.
That was bullshit. That was his whole bag,
okay.
baby.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about Ed Gein? You teased that earlier. This might be a good time.
I'm also going to say Psycho in a bit, but this is about.
Give us a little bit of a tidbit.
He wore his mother's skin.
Oh my.
And then I'll get into like all of it after, because he was Tim Gunn. He made it work. Like he honestly. So I'll get into it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my pick. It's not for everyone, and it's definitely it is one of the more vomit and nausea-inducing ones that I've seen. There are a few of those on my list that just are pure dread and terror.
Yeah. I hate.
You what?
I hate that.
Yeah. That's why it's fun, because we each have our own 5. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like we're all trying to agree.
Get ready for it.
And these are wrecks.
Yeah.
These aren't the best.
And I like it. That's the thing. Is that like I want to like it. It just.
It's a lot. I haven't seen most of these movies in a long time because I still remember them so well.
Yeah.
Sometimes a movie can impact you without needing to rewatch.
Oh yeah.
Climax, for example. I don't know if you guys saw that movie.
No.
Oh God, so fucked up.
Antichrist. That's
Antichrist.
Antichrist has fucking goat in it too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rachel.
Can't escape this shit. Once you know about it, it's more prevalent than you think.
Imagine you just surfing channels and like Homeward Bound comes on and you're like, no! Start like breaking your television or something.
I'll be like, okay, Homeward Bound. You do you. But if
without crying.
See, it's a similar response, just the other direction.
But if they're not talking because of Winn-Dixie, something like that.
I don't.
My Dog Skip. You know, dog movies where they don't talk. Marley and
Airbud.
Yeah.
Babe.
Does that induce
Yeah.
fear as well? Well, Babe, they. Yeah.
No. And I would say I lean more in the humanoid direction. Like if it's kind of uncanny valley. Like with stuff where it's like a real dog, and then they just have their little stupid mouths talking. That's okay. But when it gets into the like, is that dog or is that demon? That's I get a little fucked up. And then also when it gets towards like Wolverine, like people who are turning into wolfmen. That stage like right in between human and wolf.
Last American Werewolf.
Yeah,
or not Last American Werewolf. American Werewolf in London.
More like one with Benicio del Toro, where his spine gets all gross. Like can't deal. Animorphs. Exactly that.
What is your third favorite?
Lucia Wilson, thanks.
I have your ADHD.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Hell yeah, that's true. My third choice is Psycho.
Oh, terrifying Psycho.
Yeah, classic.
A classic, true classic, and and I put it on this specifically so I could talk about Ed Gein. So I love that you brought it up before me because that's fucking dope. It's so the main character is based off of Ed Gein with liberties, but basically Ed Gein was not a serial killer because he only killed a couple people. But when
he did, boy, oh boy.
Yeah. I think he was a massive guy, like 6'7" or something, and his mother was incredibly strict and incredibly religious, and just it's a very clear case of this was a trans person who didn't have the language for it, didn't understand that was a way that he could be.
Well, and he couldn't be.
It was incredibly oppressive environment.
Yeah.
He was in such an oppressive environment. His mother used to when he would go out to the store to get milk, his mother would stand on the deck area, and if a woman spoke to him, she would go over there and beat that woman up.
Oh, I hate incest so much. It's so gross.
It's exactly that, because she also did a lot of you give your mama a massage, that kind of stuff. So, and they're very deep in the Midwest, deep in the rural Midwest.
That generational trauma is so hard to overcome. Just for anyone,
and especially if you don't have the tools. And he was so isolated because his mother wouldn't allow him to speak to anybody because those people would be in trouble. So he was so isolated that he didn't understand any other way to be, and he became absolutely obsessed with his mom because he wanted to be a woman. He wanted to be her. So when she
on its skin, it does this whenever it's told.
That's right. So when she died, he was so overcome by grief, and he needed to feel her again, I guess. So he made a vest out of her chest, because that's a mom shit right there, isn't it?
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Yeah, but then he looked at, because he also had the whole scalp and everything. Mm-hmm. So he looked at himself in the mirror and he was happy because he saw a woman. So he went into graveyards and started digging up more women to skin them. And then his entire living room was made out of human lampshades. He had a nipple belt, a belt of nipples.
Wow. I mean,
that
would make a big chattering at Fashion Week.
Well, you're telling me.
How many of these details did Hitchcock know when he made Psycho?
All of them.
He based it on Ed Gein.
Yeah, it's very heavily based on Ed Gein. So all of this stuff is super well. If you look into Ed Gein, this is they're like this and here's all of the information. It's not if you look this is the first thing you read. Hopefully. Also about his stuff and all of that. That's really bad.
Little trivia for you guys.
It's time for Movie Trivia Blab.
Psycho was the first movie to feature a toilet.
Wow. No way. Go to the bathroom before that.
We all use it, but it didn't get shown until Psycho in a movie. And yet, still, hardly anyone stops to take a shit in a movie anyway. So.
I love that Jamie Lee Curtis.
We also don't poop in our dreams, do we? Do you guys poop in your dreams?
Never pooped in a dream.
And film is like a dream, so we don't poop in films, I guess. know.
Okay. I'll take that.
That's my theory. I'm not sure if it's correct.
No, I like it.
Thank you. I need more encouragement about my theories. Keep going. Good. Okay. Where are we at now? Number 3. Number 3.
Is
this Lucia's number 3? Lucia Wilson. What is your number 3 pick for
my
serial killer movies to watch during lockdown?
My top 3 were really hard to decide, but I'm going to say number third one is I Spit on Your Grave. The classic 1978 rape and murder revenge flick. I picked it because I do think that she becomes a serial killer by getting that revenge.
Yes. Like Eileen Wuornos.
But I just love the. I know that it's a very controversial movie, and it was banned in parts of the world. But I feel like that's huge. I feel like we've got a strong woman who gets taken down as far as she can, and comes back. And I've got to say, I don't know about y'all. My favorite murder scene is the one where they're in the bathtub. Am I alone? Or I mean, right?
I like my favorite murder scene. Well, that's a great pick. I actually haven't seen I Spit on Your Grave yet, and I feel embarrassed. And
you see it. Yeah. There's
part of watching the show is admitting when I haven't seen a movie. It's literally the worst part of this.
No, it's great. It's the opportunity to get to see something for the first time.
Exactly. And I am now obviously going to be in the mood for a serial killer movie after this entire discussion. So that might be the one I go with. Yeah, you guys will have to tell me.
A remake that had one sequel that is my favorite sequel ever. There's one that takes place in Bulgaria, and it's just so good. But it also has a direct sequel to this movie, so it's not quite. It's not.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It just has a sequel. It's okay.
I guess that's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we decided that no franchises weren't allowed for this.
Yeah. It's easy.
Anyway, that's why Scream and Halloween aren't on these lists.
Yeah, and Texas Chainsaw. Oh,
get at us in the comments. You mad?
Demi Moore was the model for the poster of I Spit on Your Grave in 1978 before she was famous.
Get it, bitch.
I know. It's a fun fact. Andrew, what's your number 3?
Yes, my number 3 pick. Thanks for asking, Lush. For number 3, I decided on Creep, starring Mark Duplass. It's an awesome example of as the Duplass always set these examples of what you can do with literally just a camera and a location and 2 great actors. And it is one of those. It's one of those ones where it's that this character's walking into a trap. You're way more clued into the fact that he's creepy and you want him to run the whole time, but he can't for all these well-constructed reasons, and the performances are incredible. I don't want to spoil it. There's a lot to spoil in it. It's a ride, but it's so self-contained and so well performed and scripted. I think it's just a really solid. It's a found footage serial killer movie, which I think is a fun. I think early in the history of found footage, there was something called. There was I believe I want to say it was Peter Jackson, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know who it was, but there was a famous serial killer. Fake documentary, but since then there really hadn't been anything, and that's Creep. And there's Creep 2, which is great, and somehow they managed to do it again, in my opinion.
Honestly, I think is better than Creep 1.
I agree. I like the sequel better.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. That bear motif.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
I love the bear motif. You know.
Chef kiss.
So good. Are we moving on to number two?
Well, we're going to take a quick pause before our number 2, if that's okay with you guys, and then just a one minute little breaky, and then we'll be back to reveal our number 2 picks. Of course, with Lucia, Baird, and Rachel. Thank you guys so much for being here. And we will be right back with some more Movie Blab. It's an epic episode, guys, isn't it? Isn't it? Yep. Yes. All right, guys. See you in a sec. Y'all ready?
I no.
What'd you say?
Oh, there she is, my sweet.
Okay.
Hi.
Right now.
That's right, guys. We're coming back at you in just a few moments with our final 2 picks in our top 5 serial killer movies. That's right, guys. We're back. We're coming right back at you here. I may have made a mistake there. Yes, I did make a mistake. You may have had a bit of an echo on you, Rachel. I'm sorry, I just added you and forgot to mute you. So you may have had a fun echo for the first half of this.
Aww.
I know, but people will still be able to understand you. It's
good. I mean,
echo.
just like booming.
Yes, someone tried to contact me during the thing, and I didn't realize it. But it will never happen again, because once I mute you, you're muted forever from whenever you come on the show. So it's sort of like a hazing thing for MovieBlab, where I forget to fix the echo the first time you come on. So.
That's actually very funny, and I really like that.
Okay, great. Phew. Luce, you look like you've frozen a great way.
I don't think so. Am I?
No, you're good. But I am anxious to find out our final 2 picks for our favorite serial killer movies Rachel. It's your turn, isn't it? It's your turn to reveal. I think it is. I think it's your turn.
I was just getting in a little work on the break.
Oh, that's good. No.
It was very important TikTok work.
The TikTok people are calling you. They want you right now.
They need me right now. I need to go do a dance.
What is your pick for number 2? Serial killer
Lucia
movie. Rachel.
It's Death Proof.
Death Proof. Oh my God, great choice. Wow. I love Death Proof. I recently actually watched that, like you said, 3 days ago. So
I love Death Proof is one of the earliest, like, are those clappers okay?
Yeah, they don't know when to stop.
Yeah, they sound a little jolted.
Yeah, they're a little difficult. They're having a difficult time today.
It was let's support them best we can. It was one of the first, like, it's hard to call it a serial killer movie because it's a Tarantino movie, which is, like, I guess they're all serial killer movies. In
a way, wow, yeah. There's a lot of serial killings. Yeah, Kill Bill is a serial killer movie in a way, I guess. But I call it an assassin movie.
Yeah, but she's a serial killer. She plots out murders and then she murders within a short period of time.
Yeah.
She's a serial killer. But she is an assassin, so there's different, like, psychological breeds, but it is what it is. But yeah, I fucking love Death Proof. I fucking hate that guy. What's his name?
Oh shit.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. Let me ask the internet. Okay. Okay. Hey. It's funny because I just found out his real name, and I don't hate Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell
plays Stuntman Mike. That's what it is.
His character.
He's just like a character and especially we come from Houston, Texas. Like, I know that guy. Yeah, like, I just know that guy, and it's just like, of course it's like almost validating. Like, of course you're a serial killer, you idiot. But what I also love about Tarantino movies is that they, like, kind of, and I just noticed this the other day while watching Django Unchained.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew
Edison.
Edison.
All the Kill Bills, is they work in final boss type, like, there's always, like, small battles leading up to final battle.
Yes.
And I love that the final battle in this one is, like, these 3, like, bad bitches in, like, this dope ass car. It's just,
he's the master of final battles.
He is. Like, if you think about it, it's Kill Bill, like, Django, all of them.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
All of them.
Gee, you owe me a Coke.
It's just,
Stuck really in the 90s.
So, really good choice, Rachel.
Hey, thank you, Lucia.
You're welcome.
I saw the Grindhouse like back to back when they were doing it that way.
Yeah.
Recently, Tarantino said something about how it was a big mistake because no one gave a shit about that and everyone was confused.
It was kind of confusing.
Yeah. They were trying to, like, make an homage, but they ended up just confusing everybody.
Well, I think it would have worked today. I think if you did it today, it would have worked. I think we weren't there yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Man.
I love that.
What a little weirdo, huh?
Yeah. Wow. For sure. Right.
The lamb stopped screaming.
Let's hear everyone's best Hannibal Lecter.
No,
Come on.
That's actually confusing for me. I'm so confused by Hannibal Lecter because I'm like, oh my god, your intellect, and also you can cook, but
That is an interesting thing about serial killers, and you were talking about this just a second ago, how dumb they can be, how stupid they can be, yet they're so smart, right? It's like they're smart enough to like carry away these, like to outsmart the cops and shit like that, detectives.
They're able to serially kill instead of just the one person and getting caught.
And it's that contradiction that I think I love so much about these types of movies. You get characters.
There's some that got away with it because they're products of their time. Like there's some that got away with it because just science wasn't at a point where they understood the idea.
Right, that's the thing, yeah.
But then there are also some that are like very self-aware, like Ed Kemper and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we don't really have a ton of serial killers anymore.
That we know about. Of course there are.
Yeah.
I just mean like because like you were saying with DNA and shit, it's like it's harder to be a serial killer than it used to be.
You have to be better at it.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt in my mind that there are serial killers operating right now after, like I said, going on the dark web for even a moment.
Right, your dark web woke.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no. There are like I would say safely at least like 30 serial killers, active serial killers.
I like how it's like you went to the army, or like you went to the darkest side of the world and you've come back to report.
I went to eyeball war.
Eyeball war. Your eyeballs, did they feel like they were smushing when you watched it?
Like,
I think that's also on the dark web.
What?
The eyeball smushing, right?
Oh yeah, yes. That's totally a thing.
Yeah, it's built in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. Lucia?
So tangential. Oh my god.
Are y'all ready for my number 2?
We're so ready for a big fat number 2.
Mm-hmm. I love this one. I could only watch it once, but that's really fucked me up.
It's a good sign of a serial killer movie that you could only watch it once.
Yeah.
And it is actually it is Tusk by
Tusk.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that movie. I went to the premiere. I was at the premiere.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. That's so amazing. I'm so jealous. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan already. Silent Bob is like my I love him. But this movie was so fun because you already don't love Justin Long already.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't.
Which I don't.
He goes through. Right. What he goes through, you would not wish on anyone. And this is a good example of skin stuff, too, that we were talking about earlier, Andrew.
Sorry, the what sucks?
The skin stuff.
Oh, the skin stuff. Right. That's right. Yeah.
It rubs
Yeah.
lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Yeah, I want to say that the guy, the serial killer of this movie, he takes it, even a step forward. And I don't want to spoil it. Do you think I will?
It's okay. It came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Right.
If you haven't caught it yet, you don't care about serial killer movies anyway, so you can.
I mean, at the end, Justin Long isn't even killed. He's
worse than killed.
Full on walrus.
He's transformed.
It's crazy. And when I read it before I was like, there's no way. This is silly.
And he talks. He's a talking walrus.
Yeah, and he's just man. So it's been a while since I've seen it, but Johnny Depp has a cameo in it, which is fun. He's got little.
Their kids go to school together, I guess.
Yeah, they're both in Yoga Hosers, which was the first movie of the trilogy that this was the second movie of.
Yes.
Wow.
Hosers was not good. Don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's they're like best friends, and Haley Joel Osment was in it. He's great.
He was.
Yeah, he is in it. Have you not seen it?
Oh no, I have.
Oh, you said he was. I thought you said he was.
Oh, no, it was more like what?
Yeah.
He was. But yeah, it was that one really fucked me up for sure.
That's always that's what we're here for. That's why we're here for serial killer movies, to get fucked up.
The latest in the last 15 years. So how many other walruses have there been?
Not many.
It's my favorite Walrus movie for sure.
I was close to including The Island of Dr. Moreau, which is like in the same vein as this, but I couldn't justify it as a serial killer movie.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But I think Lucia did a good job of doing that with. I mean, he's killed lots of people. Yeah.
No. Justin Long is not going to survive like that. Island of Dr. Moreau is like whimsical. This is not whimsical.
No. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Okay, I love that pick, and I am excited to now share my number 2 with you. We are children. The pick that I have made for my number 2 is I Saw the Devil. Which is so messed up. My honestly, my list is ordered from most hardcore to least hardcore. Like, so it's getting worse and worse as we're going. I Saw the Devil is so intense, an incredible film. The way it follows the killer. It's another one of these movies. Somehow you still don't expect him to kill in the way every time. Just somehow, I don't know how they do it, but you're shocked every time. Still, I think that's a great sign of a serial killer movie, is that like you're anticipating a kill, but it always somehow still like throws that curveball at you, surprises you in how it happens or when it happens or what or why. You know, these are the things that kind of like keep it fresh and make these movies stand out against the millions of other serial killer movies out there. But it is premium filmmaking. It is fucking masterful cinema. So I'd say filmmaking wise, this is the best serial killer movie I've ever seen in terms of just like the direction.
South Korea's been coming out with really good movies.
Yeah, the Korean films are amazing.
Yeah.
And soap operas.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those, but I bet they are. And game shows? Is that
music, K-pop?
K-pop?
They're all over the place.
We're loving Korea right now over here.
Love it.
South Korea.
Yeah, we love South Korea.
We love South Korea. Hashtag South Korea. So that's my pick. I can't recommend it enough. It is really terrifying and original and incredibly well made. I think it's a classic from my perspective.
I need to see it. I haven't seen that one yet, so that's on my list.
It's on it's like $5 on iTunes right now. You should pick it up. It's real good.
Awesome.
I'll Venmo you $5 as a gift.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I won't. I got too many for subscription fees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's time finally for our number 1 pick. Oh my God, we made it there and back, guys.
Holy shit!
Rachel. Rachel, what is your pick for your favorite serial killer movie to watch alone in lockdown?
This is apt when you say to watch alone, because I could watch this. I can't watch a lot of stuff alone because this brain, just run it back. But this I could watch over and over and over and over again, just because like there's something about this movie that feels good. It's The Guest.
Love The Guest.
Oh, The Guest, yes. Oh, I love this movie. Oh my God.
Love.
Yeah. The Guest.
Oh my God. Dan Stevens.
A terrifying dinner party. Right? Or is it the...
No. It's the one. It's Dan Stevens is a soldier. He comes to tell this family that their son has died at war, and then slowly around town, and he's like hot and charming, and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, let me
So good.
And he's genuinely charming and genuinely helpful. Like, he really pulls it off, and then little by little people start disappearing around town.
Wow.
Shipped him with the daughter of the family.
Yeah. For a little bit. And that's why there's so many things that are so disappointing, because it doesn't start off as the kind of movie, like the way that they marketed this movie was perfect, because I didn't know that this was happening until it became, it's one of those movies where you're like, oh, okay. They're not keeping it a secret that he is the big bad, but,
yeah.
but you
I
definitely
love your trope talk.
Yeah, oh, thank you so much. But you definitely don't realize it until you do. And then all of a sudden you're like, damn, there are a lot of people showing up dead around town.
Oh, the bodies really piling up here.
Right.
And it also has, I would say, one of the best, and I'm a sucker for action sequences. Like John Wick is extremely my shit. It has one of the best action sequences at the end, it's also like, yes, and it's just like, it's also small town, and like it just takes place around town with the local people. It's just like, it's fucking good. Damn, dude.
He's also dealing with that trauma of like, he went to war and how he's like handling that and what happened to him. And if he was able to get help, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But it also kind of seems like he does like it. Like,
it seems like he got like hungry because well, now I'm scared about spoiling stuff, but maybe whatever.
Yeah.
Right? I can say it.
I've just been spoiling movies left and right. I don't know what to do. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a like current movie review podcast thing that like talks, you know.
Years ago.
It becomes pretty evident that he killed the son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like this is a good guy who like had trauma. Like this is like a bad guy who went to war so he could kill people.
That's how I like my serial killers. Pure evil. None of this like poor them shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that towards the end of it, he betrays, because he's so easy to just be like, okay. Like, you know, he'll be like, I'm so sorry, and then you're like, well.
I want to say, too, this was the first movie that we saw Dan Stevens in, like, a jacked way. Yeah. He was Hudgy Matthew Crawley on Downton Abbey for, like, 3 years before that.
Chris Pratt before Chris Pratt.
Right, exactly. And he didn't do a Chris Pratt rebound either. Shade. I don't love that guy. It's fine.
He's like extra religious and hates gay people, right? Yeah. Then I don't love him either, gang.
But yeah, I feel like we went from like he's soft-spoken, he's polite, and that's what you're used to seeing him as in Downton Abbey. And I think that was intentional, bringing him in, as he is polite in this movie, and he is, a good house guest at first. And so I feel like that was a fun twist.
And he's like, he's hot, but not like, he's not unattainable. He's not like creepy model hot. He's not unattainably hot. He's like rugged and a man.
Yes.
How hot is this serial killer?
I can play that.
That's the next serial killer episode we'll do, guys. Just gonna rate him on a scale of 1 to 10.
I love it.
Well, that's a solid recommendation, and I thought I knew what that movie was, and I didn't, but that's okay because now I can check it out. I used to get mad about not having seen movies, but now it's quarantine, so I'm like, here's something I can watch during quarantine. Thank God I haven't seen it yet, so I can fucking watch it now and forget my troubles. Yeah. Hashtag stay home, y'all. Fuckers.
Yeah.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home. Wear a mask.
At home?
Wear a mask even at home.
Oh.
It's the only safe way. What if you infect your houseplants? Come on. Yeah.
My jasmine.
6 feet away from your jasmine.
No.
6 feet away. Okay, great. Lucia.
Okay.
This is a big deal.
Number one. This is a big deal.
Give us some little hints. Build it up.
Okay. So it's a 2011 film that was actually filmed in 2007. It is also found footage style. I love this movie because I don't know if you guys have ever seen the first
give us
episode.
the title now. Degrassi? Oh, okay.
First.
Sorry.
Thank you. Has anyone seen the first episode of Degrassi, The Next Generation?
I'm sure you made me watch that.
Yeah, it feels like a maybe.
I feel like Lucia made me watch that. There's no way you didn't make me watch the first episode because I remember you being like, "Well, you got to see Next Generation."
So we are all of that age where we had so much access to the internet without any sort of parental
it was lit.
knowledge. Yeah, it was.
But also the internet wasn't completely corrupt yet.
Well, sure. Okay.
I don't know. Nah, I'm sorry. You hate
so in
me.
that episode of Degrassi, Emma goes to a hotel and gets catfished by like an older man. And that's a really scary story, right? My choice for my scariest movie, serial killer movie, is Megan is Missing.
Oh,
I haven't seen it. I'm excited to hear about this.
Oh my god.
You guys, this is a movie. It is banned in New Zealand because they think that there's like a 3-minute rape scene, I think, and stuff like that was just gratuitous in their opinion. But what I like about this movie is that it's not based on one specific situation, but it is based on an amalgam of a bunch of situations where you've got young girls that do have access to the internet. That means people have access to them. I've never been in a situation where I'm going to go, well, actually, Tinder, I don't know, where you're going to go meet someone that you've never met before. And this happens in Megan is Missing, and it really takes a turn for the worse for these girls, for sure.
Damn. That sounds like The Descent with serial killers or something. It sounds scary.
Man, have either of you seen it? You've not seen Megan is Missing?
I know, man. It's your number one pick. Sometimes when I plan the shows, we all try to watch each other's number ones by the time we do the show. But because we woke up this morning and we're like, let's do serial killer top 5.
I like that it's based in reality. There's some really gratuitous, awful stuff that my college friends and I would just joke about for a long time because you have to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
So you get through it.
And there's actually the last 12 minutes of this movie. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but do you want me to spoil it?
Do it. I love spoilers.
Okay, so basically in this movie, a girl goes missing and her best friend is really worried about her. But this girl that went missing is like a problem child. And so everyone's like, we think she just ran away. And her best friend is like, I know she was talking to a guy online. I know that she wouldn't just run away like that. And her best friend ends up getting kidnapped by the same guy. And so we find that these girls are being held in this dungeon type area in like a park. The cops like find the camera that filmed everything. And the best friend is like, where's Megan? Where's my friend? And all of this stuff. He's like, okay, I'm going to take you home, but you have to get in this giant industrial waste bucket.
Oh, God. What?
No.
Well, if I can get home, I guess I'll do it.
So.
What?
Yeah. And
wait, stop there. I'm in. I want to watch this movie already. Holy shit.
Oh.
That sounds worse than the grandma M. Night Shyamalan movie where she's like, get in the oven to clean it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get in the oven.
So that happened, and it's a good movie, and I like the cautionary tale behind it. You know,
it sounds like a great pick. Yeah,
it's really good. I really like it. And this guy, he used an anonymous name to catfish these girls, so who knows how many women he did this to. So
damn.
Well, zoinks.
Well, that sounds like it's cool that your top one is one that we haven't seen because that makes people want to watch it even more. You know, you use the slot for power. You know.
Sure. For sure. I hope I didn't spoil anything too much.
I already forgot what you said, so it's okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll go back and I'll skip over when I replay. You're fine.
It'll shock you. Yeah.
No, it's still, you got me. You gave me enough spoilers to entice me, and that's the point of spoilers. for your skeptical friends. Okay, so it's time for my number one pick, and then we'll do some quick honorable mentions, and we'll get the hell out of here. My number one pick, guys, is maybe it's another case of a movie that neither of y'all have seen. I'm not sure, but it is called The House That Jack Built, and it is directed by Lars von Trier. Who's seen it?
I have. It's very good.
I love it so much. To me, it's like the ultimate serial killer movie, and because it just has all the things that I like. It's surreal. It's so violent. The character is so compelling. Matt Dillon, right?
Yeah.
Talk about a hot serial killer. Come on, girls.
I might watch it tonight.
No, I don't know.
No.
Is it no?
He's the wrong one,
Okay, I don't know. I thought he was. I don't know.
I'm not a fan of that look.
Oh, okay.
It's scary. He looks terrifying in this. He's like.
You don't like his raincoat in his van?
He looks Willem Dafoe in this.
Yeah, everyone looks like William Dafoe in a Lars von Trier movie.
Yeah, that's true. Lars von Trier just kills my whole life. Like, it just, every time I see a Lars von Trier movie, I'm like, well, I guess I'll die tonight. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's very intense, and it's not necessarily always mood.
No.
But boy, I rewatched this like 3 times, and I was like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
All right, it's on my list. I need to see it.
I've never felt more like there were real dead bodies around than I did in this film when I watched this movie. I never felt more overwhelmed and nauseated by the concept of a corpse. And then there are some scenes that just are so terrible, so bad.
And it takes place over the course of like, what is it? Like 10, 12
it's broken
years
up into
or something.
chapters. It's an epic because literally he's talking to Socrates.
Yeah. So and it's very absurdist, but like it takes place over the course of like a decade, and so he obviously becomes more and more mad with time. Like, he becomes more and more insane, and that's reflected in his work.
He's fantastic. We should go on and on about Lars von Trier because he is worth talking about. He's fucking insane. And like he's I believe he's like manic depressive or bipolar. And I'm pretty sure I read that he like goes off his medication when he directs a movie or something.
Oh, good.
Or
feels like a healthy work environment.
Something like that, or when he writes one, I'm not exactly sure, but he triggers his mental health on and off. He toggles it on and off in order to make films, which I have never heard of. I've heard of directors taking crazy drugs to write a movie. I've heard of lots of different, going bankrupt. I've heard of lots of different things, but I've never heard of someone doing that. I mean, Robert Rodriguez was
superpower, then great.
Yeah. Robert Rodriguez was a lab rat to make his first movie, but somehow I feel like going off your meds over and over again is more hardcore.
It's a lot more hardcore. That's your inner piece. That's your inside stuff.
Well, so real quick, guys, any honorable mentions from some shout outs, some honorable mentions here? What were the movies that you were like, I want this on the list, but I don't, it's only 5.
The Scream franchise is my favorite. Wes Craven's, whatever.
Yeah.
Killed it. I loved it. It's self-aware. I love the Scream series. I could watch those movies over and over again. When telemarketers call me, I ask them what their favorite scary movie is.
What's your favorite horror movie?
Yeah, it's scary movie. What's
was
the
your
worst
favorite scary movie?
Yeah,
is that what he says? Thanks.
Yeah, and I also love.
I'll need that for next time I make a phone call.
They were subversive too with the advertising. You think Drew Barrymore is going to be the star.
Yeah.
She's the biggest star in the movie when it came out, and they
people don't get that anymore. But that's really interesting context. Yeah.
I love that. So Scream is my number 1 shout out.
I love that.
Great one. Rachel, what you got for some honorable mention or two, or what you got?
Mine is in the same vein. It's like exactly the kind of horror movie I like. It's my favorite horror movie, but also my favorite serial killer movie. And that's Texas Chainsaw 2.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen 2.
Oh,
we are raving about sequels right now, guys, in this episode.
2
just to
is
point
a
that
fucking
out.
riot. Yeah, no, it's great. So it takes place at a radio station.
Like Pontypool? Have you seen Pontypool?
No, but sure.
Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, no, it takes place at a radio station, and Leatherface is like shown with empathy in this one. But not in a way that's really it's a goofy movie. It's super, super silly, but people are still dying like left and right. And it's just so funny to me that to have a like, like imagine Curb Your Enthusiasm, but like instead of pissing people off, Larry David like stumbled into somebody with a chainsaw.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
that
so he just like
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, it's just like weird and fun, and the whole movie is weird and fun, and I love it so much.
And sequels get wacky.
Yeah. And I also wanted to say Bronson, but he actually technically never killed anybody. But it's a really good
I love Bronson. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good character study on like what the penal system can do to a person.
Truly.
Yeah, because there have been plenty of serial killer that have been bred from the penal system, and Bronson is a real person.
Yep.
And he, if given the opportunity, probably would kill. Now, not when he was first admitted, but now. Well, he's dead now, but
Yeah. And Tom Hardy's performance in that movie is incredible too.
Yeah, Tom Hardy is just so good.
I was also at the premiere for Bronson, so.
Wow. So interesting.
So fuck me. Right? I just keep premiere name dropping today. I don't know why. But it's just a special memory. I remember that seeing that and being like, wow.
Did you wear a suit?
I always wear a suit if I leave the house. So probably, I think so.
Like a tux, right?
I have a lot of suits. It just depends. I try to be casual in. Right now, yeah, I'm wearing pajama bottoms and this shirt I wore yesterday. But when I leave, I'm gonna suit up.
It has buttons. Yeah.
No, yeah. I only wore it for a little bit yesterday. What? What'd you say?
Nothing.
These are my favorite moments. Yeah, so that's my pick. But then the honorable mention for me, I mean, that was great. I mean, I think that's a great. It's so hard to just choose 5. And keep in mind, these aren't the 5 best serial killer movies ever, in our opinion. These are just the 5 fun ones to watch right now, Alone in Lockdown.
Right now.
Yeah. Be careful being alone. Okay, so my honorable mention is going to be Human Centipede 2, which I could say a lot of the same things. I could say a lot of the same things that Rachel just said about her honorable mention about this movie, because it shows the killer in a much more compassionate way than the first one.
Yes, for sure.
He is a little parking attendant guy, and he has seen the movie Human Centipede 1, and now he, without any medical accuracy, is going to perform his own homage, including trying to get the real actors from the movie into the centipede that he's creating with like stapler and just like household objects and tools.
I love it in black and white, and you can tell it's like in his brain.
Beautifully shot in black and white. Yeah, it is totally in his brain. There's super surreal Lynch type scenes in it with the mother and with this creepy therapist character. I love this Human Centipede. I think it is the best, obviously the best of the 3.
I have heard because there is a Roberts in it.
What?
Eric Roberts in the 3rd Human Centipede. Anyone?
I saw the 3rd Human Centipede, and that was a trip too. But I really think I think the second one is art.
I agree.
Is it very, very gory?
It's in black and white, so it's not as hard to take. It's more shitty than gory.
Okay.
There is a scene in the car.
There's some really intense. I don't know what I'm saying. It is a bloodbath.
Oh my god!
It's not red though. It's gray, bro. It's gray blood. So.
The Human Centipede is a lot longer this time than it was in the first one.
If you liked Psycho, you'll love Human Centipede 2.
Sure.
If you like Ed Gein, you'll love Human Centipede 2.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome. Movie Rex.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's everything, right? I think we covered it all. Any last thoughts about serial killers?
I just hope that there can be more help out there for people that might become serial killers in real life.
Yes. Before you are one, you aren't one. Right?
Yeah, exactly. There's if you need help, ask for help.
Wow, that's great, Rachel.
I'm gonna catch them all. So
perfect, especially their ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is there anything? Go ahead.
I have a legion of the ghosts. I have a legion of the dead behind me, so I'm just gonna go after all them.
Yes, exactly. You're gathering more and more as you go. The horde is strengthening. Before we say goodbye, guys, is there anything that you want to plug? Lucia, I got an idea, a thought, a Twitter handle, an email. What do you want to plug?
If anyone's interested in safer, cleaner beauty, let me know.
Hell yeah.
Beauty counters, so good and important, and yeah.
That's a great one. And Rachel, you seem to be on the internet still, even though you're on TV now.
Yeah, you can follow me on social media if you'd like. It's Rachel Sammerman.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and plug MovieBlab. That's what you're watching right now, so make sure you're liking it, make sure you're following it, and tune in tomorrow for more. We're going to be doing a fave swap with Kendall Powell. We're doing a top 10 list with Kendall Powell for the best isolation movies. Yes, movies, so Castaway and movies like that. So that should be interesting. It should be another dark one, but it's fun. Movies get dark. Thank you guys again. I want to thank my guests. You guys were awesome. Thank you, Rachel, and thank you, Lucia. Y'all are the best, and I hope you'll come back real soon. Same to y'all, and stay home, stay safe, wear a mask, and we'll see you next time. Peace and love, everybody.
Great show, you guys.
Yes. It was super fun, guys.
Okay, so are we doing aquatic scary movies next time?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get my outro.
Is that like people dive and then they get eaten and stuff, or the deep blue stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's that. There's there's a lot.